Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This semester, our team worked with Dirigo Collective, which is an independent media company operating out of Yarmouth, Maine. We'll move forward to some brief introductions. My name is Katie Rasco, and I serve as the peer mentor for the team. I'm currently a junior, and I'm pursuing a dual major in marketing and sustainability.
My name is Gabby Sott. I'm a student consultant. I'm a junior, and I'm a dual major in sustainability and international business economics.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Kaihan, and I'm also a student consultant. I'm a senior studying political science and international affairs.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Berry. I'm also a student consultant, and I'm a junior in marketing and sustainability.
I'd also like to introduce Ben Marine, our company contact and the media director at Dirigo, as well as Emily Gutman, our project advisor, both of whom have contributed so much to our success this semester. So just to give a brief overview of our process and our goals, we ultimately aimed to assess key areas of improvement in order to make helpful recommendations regarding point strategy. Within the environment section, we focused mainly on operational transparency, but a lot of our efforts were focused around gaining points in the governance, community, and worker sections. And then a little bit on process, we really tried to prioritize project efficiency by organizing our agenda based on old business items and new business items.
So looking at the progress over the semester, we started off as any team would, signing an NDA with Dirigo and drafting a student consultant agreement. And these are the 4 areas we focused on primarily as we saw the most potential for improvement. So in the environment section, we assisted Dirigo in calculating their carbon footprint. They're currently looking at their LEED requirements for their building, and they also started tracking their garbage output. In the workers section, we drafted an employee satisfaction survey, along with the language of their hiring statement. And in the governance section, we focused on the mission statement and code of ethics. So gathering impact reports, which sometimes came in the form of podcasts or their volunteer time off policy. And in the community section, we helped formalize their volunteer time off policy, as well as research their vendor list. So finding vendors that are either majority owned or led by women or underrepresented populations. And also we helped draft a formal statement on their social and environmental impact.
So we faced a few challenges along the way through assessing the B impact assessment. First being the mission statement, which was under revision at the beginning of the semester, but about halfway through the semester, it was completed, so we could assess the governance section. Complexities of the multimedia market make defining local in the supply chain difficult, since Dirigo has customers nationwide and typically has to work with large industries. Tracking their environmental impact was hard to navigate since most of their customers and workers are working remote as of right now, but in a post-pandemic world, this won't be an issue. Another challenge was tracking their diversity within the suppliers. When I say diversity, I mean identifying if the owners are women, people of color, or underrepresented groups. Within the worker survey we had to work with Dirigo and their HR representatives concerning the legality and the wording used. Then lastly, we had to change the company size about halfway through the semester, which resulted in about 9 points being lost. But other than that, we didn't face many challenges.
All right, and so for projected outcomes from a score of 67.5 at the start of the semester, we've been able to gain about 38 more points. This semester, Dirigo has been able to gain substantial points through creating an impact report, a code of ethics, a system for assessing vendors' commitment to social responsibility, and a system for calculating their carbon footprint. And just recently, Dirigo has been actually able to submit their BIA application with a current score of 105.8, which was really exciting and is well above the minimum score of 80 points. So with this tracker that our client contact Ben created, which is the image of the Excel sheet shown here on the right, we've been able to easily understand what other low-hanging fruit Dirigo can grab and potentially put the business at a score of about 111.07 points in the future.
We lastly just wanted to share some of our takeaways from the semester. For me, this is my third time in the clinic, and it's been so enlightening to be able to work with a media group, as in the past, I've only really worked with product-based companies. Overall, it's been really beneficial as a marketing major to be able to learn more about the impact that a media group can have, as well as the general business structure.
For me personally, it was great to work with so many different people in different fields and understanding where they came from versus where I came from, and just assessing that it's so interesting to see where sustainability will bring the business sector throughout the next couple decades.
And for me, what I've learned is that sustainability is just such a universal value. So you can, just from the way that you manage a project to how you impact the rest of the world, sustainability is just a value that needs to be implemented everywhere.
And for me, like Katie, this is my third time this semester, and something I've learned is when sustainability is at the root of your cause, there's a certain impact that which points can't measure. So, of course, it's nice to have that visualizer to see that the business is improving overall and you're having a great benefit. But when sustainability is really the key driver in your business, there's just a certain impact that points really can't measure.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'd be happy to answer any questions following this. And also, if you're interested in learning more about our work with Dirigo, we invite you to tune in to the company's podcast, Responsibly Different, where the team will be discussing our experience a little bit more in depth on an upcoming episode.
Great job, Dirigo team. That was amazing. And I also just want to lift up what you said, Eric, that, the impact can't always be captured by points. And I think that's really, a good thing to just note, about these kinds of experiences. And so thank you for lifting that up. I would love to hand it over to Ben to say a few words about his experience this semester with the team.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, we're just super, super grateful to have just the expertise of the clinic and the students and just the dedication and hard work that they all brought every single week. And really, we got to a point, we've spent the last year working on the BIA, and really we were just at this point where we just really needed help kind of making sense of those last pieces and really sorting out through some of the details, and couldn't have done it without the students. It was just amazing, and we're so grateful. We have Chris Marine on the call as well as our founder, and I don't know if he wanted to say a couple of things about just about BCorp and our journey.
Yeah, just again, thank you to all the students. This was something that Ben definitely worked closest with the students, but our Ben had put together kind of a committee of other team members that was all volunteer based at Dirigo. And so it's been really inspiring, and the students have been a big part of that committee every week. So it's been something that we've all been excited about every Friday morning in our typical committee meeting to hear what the students had to teach us. So that was just super inspiring for us to talk about every week. Like, what are we learning from the students this week? That was always how we'd start. And then we were on the edge of our seats when Ben was like, well, I talked with them in an hour and we'll know more before the end of the day. So it was really exciting. We definitely learned a lot. And this was just a stepping off point in the media landscape. It's not just about our immediate community here in Maine that we're passionate about, but as the students mentioned, we're working with media companies across the country. And what we're really excited about to do is we're helping educate from small local publishers in California that we work with all the way up to talking with national networks about what becoming B Corp certified means, and kind of pushing them a little bit harder on DEI standards, which has come to light a lot since last summer, but something we've been talking with them about a little over a year now. So we're just really excited to continue this. This is truly just the beginning. So thank you to all the students and Fiona in this whole program.
Thank you both so very much. I just know just the enthusiasm, especially Ben, that you brought to this team every week was just amazing. And I'm so excited to go listen to the podcast. So
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was, I mean, absolutely. It's just apparent for sure. What questions do you folks have for the Dirigo team? I would love to just, Jason, perfect. What initially inspired you all to pursue B Corp certification? I'll let you answer that, Ben. Ben or Chris?
Yeah. Or Chris, I don't know, do you want to take that or want me to take it?
Fill in the blanks for what I missed, Ben, but our value, when we started Dirigo Collective, with, yes, the service that we provide is in media and helping brands, but it was always more focused around the values of creating a platform more than just a media business, and that platform being for progress, meant for the people who work in Dirigo Collective. This industry of advertising and media is known for burnout. And not necessarily treating the people that work in it all that great. So it was to create a culture where we can treat the people that work with us well, and also create an impact both in our immediate community and beyond as we work with people. So I knew a little bit about B Corps just from the Allagashes of the world and a lot of the other larger brands that are B Corps. And so when we started hearing about it, we're like, man, all our values line up with everything it takes to become B Corp certified. And really when we learned about it more, it was like, it could help us be a stronger business too, because there was so much that we had in our heads that we never actually got formally written down or put formal practices in place for all the necessary follow-up to bring what was in our head into the world. So it really just helped us cement everything and actually be proactive about it.
Yeah, and the only thing I would add too is just knowing that, and I'm coming at it from looking at like the content and the way that content influences society and culture, and just the huge responsibility that media as an industry has on shaping culture and society and perceptions and all of that. And just what a huge responsibility that is. And so when Chris and the partners said, we want to create this platform for progress, how do we do it? And brought up the idea of B Corp, I got super excited and was like, this is all, not only does it prove that we mean what we say, but it also is like a roadmap to help us be the best we can be. And so it just felt like a no-brainer.
Yeah, thank you for that. And Jason says, thank you for those awesome answers there as well. I'm going to go to a question from Daisy and then we'll have to move on from there. But Daisy said, this is an amazing accomplishment, and especially in such a short amount of time. Can you speak about—
Do you have any interest in listening to the B Impact presentation that Emily's going to do?
Okay. Oh my goodness. Can you speak about Dirigo's decision-making strategies that enable it to be so fast-acting as a company?
I think because Ben won't give himself enough credit, and so I'm going to give him that part of it. I would say part of it is that, again, many of the values we had in place was about getting it down in paper and finding the right formats to get everything actually tracked and logged. But also, I think it really helped Ben. He heads up our content here, but it was really helpful. And I know not all companies have this luxury of having someone who can really spearhead it, but Ben really stepped forward and took the helm of this whole process. He was the one that first step. I was like, I'll cover it. I'll do it. I'll take the lead on this. He was the one that started with the idea of let's create a volunteer committee. We're a small team. We have about 15 folks here at Dirigo Collective, and about half jumped on board to the volunteer committee, which was great. So I think that helped move things along quickly. But it was really nice to have someone kind of at the helm in a leadership role for this, along with the committee. And then also that Responsibly Different podcast. I think Rob Todd might be on here today. He was one of the great guests that Ben has interviewed. It's been an amazing resource that we've learned a lot from other B Corps from. And that podcast was one that we wanted to share the information outward to other people who might be in it. But also selfishly, like, we've learned so much from those interviews that have helped move us along. So it's been really helpful. So those are just a few things I'd say.
And in terms of the like fast acting and kind of responsiveness, I think that speaks to just the leadership here wanting to do the right thing. And so like when we would go through the BIA and it'd be like, oh, well, let's implement a volunteer time off plan. They were like, yeah, let's do it. Like, let's figure it out and make it happen. Like, it was never a matter of, if or could we, it was a matter of how. And with the determination to like figure out all those pieces, we were able to do that. And in regards to the podcast, I mean, the podcast was really born out of me asking other companies, like, how do we do this? And then being like, hold on, wait a second. Like, wearing my content hat, how can I build this in and share it with more people? So that's kind of that whole
And
thing.
Fiona was our second guest, and she made so many bridges and really helped us understand the amazing community that is part of being a B Corp and really linking a lot of things for us. So Fiona, amazing.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ben. You guys have been awesome for this team. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all so much.